Hi guys. I just wanted to give you a little bit of an update on my PRK surgery that I just had on No, I'm sorry. Today is Sunday. I had my surgery on Thursday, so it's been a little over 72 hours since I had my procedure. For those of you who don't know me, I'll just give a couple of stats, so you can get an idea of who I am and how it went for me. I'm a 37-year-old female. My vision before the surgery was about negative 7.25 or 7.5, depending on whichever eye. And yeah, so I opted for the PRK because the LASIK freaked me out. And I had done a bit of surgery before deciding on a Hopkins affiliated eye institute that's local to my area. And one of the things I had done right before my surgery, like the day before my surgery, is watch videos just like this one about people's experiences, which if I could do it again, I might have done that weeks ahead of time because seeing some of it freaked me out a little bit. Just some of the things that people did or didn't do that was recommended to them that I might have done or not done, and that I was like, oh wait, am I supposed to do that? So that's another part of, even though I did my research, I didn't do like a lot of anecdotal research until right before the day before my surgery. So some were helpful, some weren't. And I can put some recommended links. There's a couple of ladies who posted that had really good experiences. So I'm not going to go too much into like the whole thing because there's plenty of people who describe what it's like. But I'll give you a little bit of a play-by-play. I went, and they take one more test on each eye, I guess doing a scan of each eye. And right after that, they gave me some Vallium, which was highly recommended to me, again, anecdotally from other people who had had this procedure or LASIK. And I am not somebody who takes a lot of medicines, so I knew that I was only going to take half the dosage. So I did that. I only took half of the Valium dose. And then after I was in that room, I was only waiting for just a few minutes before they took me into the surgery room, and I could feel the Valium working. And I can't say it was that awesome. And I'll tell you my recommendation on that later about what happens. But I could feel it working. As you could tell, I'm a little bit of a spaz. So I could feel this like headiness kind of set in to calm me down. And it did. And they took me into the surgery room, which is very cold. So they did recommend, it's going to be cold in there. Wear some sort of hoodie or sweatshirt and make sure it's something that you can put over you, not pull up over your head. So I had a zip up hoodie, and they gave me a blanket. And they also had me squeeze some stress balls to help during the procedure. And now here's the part, the whole like laser blasting stuff. You can watch examples of this again online. I'm just going to give you a quick play-by-play. They obviously put numbing drops in your eye, and then they use an eye clamp to hold the eye open when they're doing the procedure. They cover the left one first because they're going to operate on the right one to begin with. And the clamp is not crazy. If you've ever had like a eyelash curler in your eye, it's smaller than that, and you're not going to feel it because of the numbing drops. So if you are afraid of, oh, what if I'm going to blink, or oh, what if I this or that, you should be relaxed because if you've opted to take that medicine, but you're not going to feel it because the numbing drops affect that whole area. So I didn't feel it, but I did feel the pressure of it, and they also tape down your eyelashes, top and bottom, and then you're ready to go. So they have you, right before they blast you with the laser, you can see all this, by the way, your eyes are open. And it's not like a Q-tip, but she had something that she swabbed over my eye that was like manually removing that layer of cells, and then you're prepped for the laser. It's very loud in the room. You will hear the ambient whirring of the machines, and then when the laser's actually blasting, you will hear the it will be very obvious to you that it's on, and you will be looking at that light that they instruct you to look at. And for me, there was no point where the light like disappeared. I understand that that happens sometimes during LASIK. They tell you, look at the light, and then suddenly you can't see the light. I saw the light the whole time. It was fine, and it really only does last, you know, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, and then you're off to the next eye. And then you do the whole thing over again. Oh, right after they laser blast you, they do irrigate your eye with cold water, which can irritate some people, like give them an ice cream headache. It didn't bother me that much. And then afterwards, after all is said and done, they take you into the post-op room to give you your instructions. I had my husband there with me, so it's always good to have a second set of ears to listen to what you're supposed to be doing with your eye drops, because I have a regimen of eye drops that I'm supposed to be taking at different times of the day, typically 4 times a day. And I was feeling fine, so I said, "Hey doc, like when's the pain gonna set in?" Because all these videos that I've been watching are just about the pain, the pain. And she's like, 15 minutes. So I was prepping myself for that. Oh, so here's the part about the Valium. If I could go back and do it over, I would probably not take the Valium and rather instead take a Dramamine or a generic version of Dramamine, even just half a dose of that, because my clinic was an hour away from home. And you're not driving. You're having somebody else drive you. And if you are anything like me and get car sick or motion sick because you're not the one driving, it might happen to you, as it did to me. So that was the roughest ride I've had in a long time in a car, which usually doesn't really happen to me unless I'm in the back of a bus. But in this case, you know, I was uncomfortable with my eye, and it did start to be uncomfortable, especially my right eye. I was very light sensitive, as I kind of still am. As you can tell, this video is really dark because I can't stand to have that light on above my head. So I had a hat on, I had these sunglasses on, and my right eye was just like a stream of tears coming down. And you can't do anything about it. You're not supposed to touch your eyes, you're not supposed to rub your eyes. Yeah, I was totally miserable on the way home. So that's my pro tip. If your clinic is more than 10 minutes away from the house and you think you might get car sick, take a Dramamine instead. Got home, immediately went to sleep because I was miserable and I just wanted the, you know, world to stop spinning. I went into the darkest bedroom, guest bedroom that we have in the house, and which is a good idea, just to have some place for you that's ready for you to take a nap, that's dark. And then I got up to eat that evening for dinner, and then I slept again. So right after surgery, all you're going to do is sleep, and that's the best way to heal your eyes anyway, for the time that your eyes are healing right after this surgery. So that is my first day, and I can tell you a little bit more in another video, but I don't want to go on too long for this. All right, talk to you soon.